Hello and welcome back. I am going to read something I haven't read for a little while, and I'm going to continue the story. Can you guess what it is? I bet you can. It's Geronimo Stilton. We're going to continue the journey through time. I don't remember again what happened last time, but that's okay. We'll just figure it out. I'm here with my cat, Anya, and she's going to help me too. Right? The Impossible Challenge. Sir Flea Flicker sniffed in the air. What is that nice smell? He asked. Trap bowed down until his whiskers touched the floor. Then he removed a gorgonzola cheese sandwich from his satchel. It's gorgonzola cheese, my sire, he said. Would you like to taste it? Sir Flea Flicker gestured to a mouse standing nearby. The fat little rodent took the sandwich, smelled it cautiously, and then took a bite. Little Crouton leaned towards me. That's Sir Flea Flicker's little personal tester, he whispered. 3 have died in the past month. So, can I eat it? Sir Flea Flicker asked eagerly. It's delicious, my lord, he said. I know it's good, Sir Flea Flicker replied impatiently. I can smell it. But how do you feel? I feel great, sire. He licked his whiskers. He tried to take another bite, but Sir Flea Flicker grabbed the sandwich. Medieval mozzarella, he shouted. You're supposed to taste it, not eat it. There'll be nothing left for me. Sir Flea Flicker bit into the sandwich and ate the whole thing in 3 bites. Hum, hum, hum. That's quite an appetite, exclaimed Trap. Sir Flea Flicker wiped his mouth with his sleeve and let out a belch. Hey you, Sir Flea Flicker said, pointing at Trap. I nominate you to be the castle's new cook. Prepare a pot of gorgons something or other. I want to look good when the knights come to dine next week. Make it delicious, or off with your head, chop. Trap snapped into attention. Got it, Chief, Trap replied. There'll be gorgonzola cheese for the knights that will be whisker-licking good. A round rat with curly fur elbowed his way in. But I am the castle cook, he protested, wielding a wooden spoon. Oh, come on, my cousin squeaked. I'm better than you. I know the whole bunch of things you don't. Really? The cook challenged him. Name a food, and then I will cook it. I give you my word. Okay, fine, Trap replied, a snug look on his snout. Make me a glass of orange juice. Orange juice, the rat replied. Pardonnez-moi, but what is that? Okay. Make me tomato sauce, Trap said. Tomato, the rat replied. Medieval mozzarella, what is that? Well then, I'd love a slice of pineapple, Trap replied triumphantly. Pineapple? But I've never heard of it. I bet you don't even know how to bake a chocolate cake, do you? Trap taunted. Or make a cup of coffee, chocolate coffee. The cook sobbed. Never heard of them. That's it. You won. You are a better cook. Benjamin chuckled. I told Uncle Trap about the tomatoes. Pineapples and chocolate were imported to Europe from America around 1492. Coffee from the Middle East and the orange came from China. That's why no one here in the Middle Ages knows what these foods are yet. Sir Flea Flicker granted Trap everything he needed to make the Gorgonzola cheese dinner, and he gave Trap permission to go anywhere in the castle he wanted. "Yay!" Benjamin cheered. "This will give us a chance to explore the entire castle." We chatted with guards, artisans, and farmers, but no one had ever heard of Camelot or King Arthur. "That's very odd, that the chronometer didn't take us to Camelot," Professor Von Volt said. Trap was busy mass-producing Gorgonzola cheese. He used milk in huge oak barrels that had been rolled into the castle's courtyard from nearby farms. It would be a few days until the cheese was ready. We knew the cheese was ready by the stinky smell. Sir Flea Flicker descended on the kitchen, greedily sniffing the air. "Bring me the Gorgonzola!" Trap spread Gorgonzola on some toast. He garnished it with an olive and looked at that looked like a flea. "Ta-da!" Trap exclaimed. "Flea Flicker's Castle stinky toasted bread." The taster barely had time to take a nibble and give the okay before Sir Flea Flicker gobbled it up. After he was done, Sir Flea Flicker dove into the cauldron to eat some more. "Yummy, yummy, yum, yum, yum," he cried as he came up for air. He was covered in cheese from the tips of his whiskers to the end of his tail. "Soon all of Britannia's kings will taste and envy my Gorgonzola." I was sleeping on a straw mat in a corner of the kitchen the next morning near Trap, Thea, Benjamin, and the professor when I woke with a start. The first rays of the sun filtered in through a small window, and an imposing figure stood before me. He wore a blue cloak and a tall conical hat with gold stars embroidered on it. An owl flew in the window and came to rest on his shoulder with the gentle fussel. He smoothed his long white beard and looked at us with penetrating blue eyes. "I am Merlin," he greeted us. "What are your names? Are you travelers? I have heard that you have incredible magical abilities." Professor Von Volt bowed respectfully. "So good to meet you, wise Merlin," he replied. "Yes, we are travelers. We come from far, far away." "I feel that is so," Merlin replied with a nod. "You come from a country outside of reality, unreachable even for me." A shadow passed over his eyes. "Well, travelers who come from afar, I will tell you a secret." He continued, "In this castle there is a treasure more precious than silver or gold. That is why I am here, to reveal the hidden treasure, so that Britannia can reach its full potential." At that moment, a ray of sunlight shined directly in my eyes, temporarily blinding me. I rubbed my eyes. When I opened them again, the wizard had disappeared. Had I been dreaming? "Geronimo, there's a treasure here," Trap exclaimed. "Let's go find it." I guess I was awake after all. "What do you say, Geronimo?" Trap continued. "Even a teeny tiny treasure would be enough to make this trip worthwhile. Let's go." Suddenly, we heard the sound of a trumpet. "Make way for the bravest knights in all Britannia! Make way!" We glanced out the window. Sure enough, a thick cloud of dust covered the road leading to Flea Flicker's castle. Hundreds, no, thousands of knights were galloping towards the castle. Each knight carried a multicolored banner that waved briskly in the wind. It was an extraordinary sight. Thea quickly snapped a photo. I took out my travel journal and jotted down a few things. The knights who are in challenge one another for the crown of the King of Britannia are arriving. Hurry up, Geronimo, Trap said. Stop daydreaming and help me wash these dishes. Once I finished washing the dishes, I went to the courtyard to throw out the garbage. On the way back to the kitchen, I saw a tiny mouselet with long blonde braids and a light blue tunic. She wore a silver pendant in the shape of a heart, with the letter G engraved on it. That's King Leo de Grace of Camelide's daughter, I heard someone whisper. I watched as the little princess strolled towards the stream next to the castle. She went up to the stone bridge that crossed the stream. Then she leaned over to watch the rushing water below. The knot that held the pendant loosened. The little mouselet tried to grab the necklace, but it fell down into the stream. Crouton was nearby. Without a hint of hesitation, he jumped into the frigid water. A few seconds later, he emerged, holding the pendant. With a bow, he held it out to the mouselet. Thank you, she said, tears of joy in her eyes. This piece of jewelry is the only remembrance I have of my mother. I understand, Crouton whispered shyly. I don't have a father or a mother. The two smiled, and I immediately knew they had become friends. I ran to Crouton and wrapped him in my coat. Even so, his teeth still were chattering. Come into the kitchen and warm up by the fire, little one, I urged him. He waved goodbye to the golden-haired mouselet, and we went back inside to the castle. The next morning, I woke to hear the sound of someone sobbing in the courtyard outside the kitchen window. I woke my cousin Trap and dragged him outside with me. Oh, why'd you have to wake me, Geronimo? Huh? Trap whined. I was in the middle of the most incredible dream. I had just located the treasure hidden in the castle, and I was rich. Shh! I shushed my cousin, pointing to the sobbing old rodent leaning up on the tree. That mouse is very upset. Let's see if we can help. Excuse me, sir, I said. Is everything okay? Oh, my poor darling Muslilda, the old rodent sobbed. I'd save her myself, but alas, I am too old. He blew his nose in his coat sleeve. I don't understand, I began. Someone tugged gently at my tail. It was Crouton. Psst, Geronimo, he whispered. That's Sir Ratford of Cheshire. His daughter, Mouse Linda, has been held prisoner in the tallest castle of the super scary Black Castle. How terrible! I had to do something to help. Sir Ratford, my name is Stilton, Geronimo Stilton, I told the sad rodent. I will save your daughter. You will? He exclaimed, overcome with joy. Thank you, most noble rodent, thank you. He hugged me tightly. My snout turned purple with embarrassment. Crouton tugged my tail again. Sir Geronimo, he whispered, are you sure you want to do this? No other knight has dared to enter the Black Castle. Of course, Of course he dares to save Mouslinda, Trap exclaimed. My cousin is a very brave mouse. I was? No. I'm not a brave mouse at all. In fact, I'm very, very scared. Back home in New Mouse City, I'm known for being the greatest scaredy mouse. But if someone needed my help, I couldn't say no. But there are strange legends about the Black Castle, Crouton continued. They say there are gigantic leeches in the moat. For my cousin, that's nothing, Trap replied. They say there's a fire-breathing dragon in the courtyard. For my cousin, that's nothing, Trap replied. They say that the Black Knight dumps boiling hot fondue on whoever tries to get in. For my cousin, that's nothing, Trap replied. Gigantic leeches? A fire-breathing dragon? Boiling hot fondue? Why had I agreed to come on this wacky journey through time? A moment later, an enormous rat in black armor with a face that would scare even a rabid cat came galloping up to Flea Flicker's castle on a horse. His coat of arms was a prancing black rat with a forked tail. I am Winston Wickedpaw, from the noble house of Drake Mudrat, also known as the Black Knight. I hear that someone here is challenged the great Drake Mudrat. Boy, word sure did travel quickly in Middle Ages. That's right, Trap replied boldly. My cousin Geronimo Stilton is going to save the maiden Mouslinda. Oh, really? Winston Wickedpaw asked. He turned to me and pointed his super pointy lance at my snout. I dare you! No, I double dare you, you measly little mouse! He accepts your challenge, Trap replied boldly. Make ready your whiskers, Winston Wickedpaw. My cousin Geronimo Stilton will follow you to the Black Castle, where he will defeat Drake Mudrat and save the maiden Mouslinda. Isn't that right, Geronimo? Trap pulled my ear. Don't you wimp out now, scaredy mouse, he whispered. Winston Wickedpaw shook his fist at me. I'll wait for you at the Black Castle, Geronimo of Stilton, he said. Ooh, you're in big trouble, Drake Mudrat. This one's seriously scary mouse. I turned as pale as a slice of mozzarella. A moment later, I fainted. Until next time, shall we?